This Introduction to Python series is part of the EPSCoR Track 2 DDMD workshop. This presentation will deal with Python dictionaries. A Python dictionary is a collection which is unordered, changeable, and indexed. Items within a dictionary are in the form of key-value pairs. Keys are unique and have associated values. In Python, dictionaries are written with curly brackets. Here's an example of a Python dictionary where we are storing a student's name along with their associated grade point average. So in this example, we assign our variable student dictionary to the dictionary, and notice we begin and close with curly brackets. So our key value pairs are Jones, and the value is 3.5, key Smith with a value of 2.8, and the key Barry with an associated value of 3.2. We have 3 items in our dictionary. Our 3 keys are Jones, Smith, and Barry. Our 3 values are 3.5, 2.8, and 3.2. Dictionaries in Python are defined using curly brackets. So to define a dictionary, we begin with a curly bracket, and then we include our items within the curly brackets. An item is defined as a key value pair. So in our example, the key Jones and the value 3.5 are separated by a colon. So we define an item by key, colon, value. And then each item within the dictionary is separated by a comma. One of the methods of accessing values within a dictionary is by leveraging the key. So in this example, we have our student dictionary where we have Jones 3.5, Smith 2.8, and Barry 3.2. We want to get the grade point average of Jones. So we can say student dictionary, bracket, Jones. So Jones is the key, and that will return the value. So that will return 3.5 and assign it to the variable Jones underscore GPA. And when we print Jones underscore GPA, you can see that we output 3.5. In our student dictionary, where we had the student's name and their associated grade point average, the keys are strings. But the keys can also be integers. Here's an example of a dictionary where the keys are integers and the values are strings. So in this dictionary, we have 3 items. The first item, the key is the integer 1 with the associated value string first. The second item is the integer 4 with the associated string value fourth. And the last item in our dictionary is the integer 2 with the associated value string second. When we want to access a value within that dictionary, we use the key. So we use the key 2, and we get the associated value, which is second. What happens if we try to access an item in a dictionary where the key does not exist? If we go back to our student dictionary example and we try to access the student atoms, so we have student underscore dic square brackets atoms, and we want to assign that grade point average to the variable student GPA. Well, the key atoms does not exist in our dictionary, so the Python interpreter throws a key error. And it says basically that atoms is not in the list. Of course, one of the ways that we can handle that problem is to use our try except block. So we can try to get an element or an item out of our dictionary. And if that item doesn't exist in the dictionary and the interpreter throws a key error, we can handle that nicely and perhaps print out atoms does not exist in the dictionary. So that's one way of handling that problem. Python provides a get method for a dictionary that makes it a little bit easier to handle keys that don't exist in the dictionary. So if we use the same example and we want to get atoms out of our dictionary, we use the name of our dictionary, student_dic.get, and we use atoms as the key, and we want to assign the associated grade point average to student_GPA. If that does not exist, then get will return none. So none is the default value returned by the get method when the key is not found. So GPA is assigned the value none. The Python dictionary get method provides an optional default value attribute that will allow us to specify what value do you want returned if the key is not found in the dictionary. So in our sample code, we say that studentDictionary.get, and we're looking for atoms, comma, -1. So we're basically telling the get method, if atoms isn't in the dictionary, return a -1. So that -1 is assigned to student_GPA. And when we print out student_GPA, you can see that -1 is printed on the screen. One of the methods used to add items to a dictionary is the assignment operator. So the syntax for assigning a new item to a dictionary, use the dictionary name, square bracket, the new key equals, and then the value that you want to associate with that key. So in our example, we want to add atoms to our student dictionary. So we use our dictionary name, student_dic, square brackets. Then we have our key, which is atoms. And we want to assign atoms the grade point average 2.6. You can see that when we print out our student dictionary, atoms is now in the dictionary, the key atoms, with the associated value 2.6. To update the value of a key in a dictionary uses the same syntax as adding an item to the dictionary. So the syntax is the dictionary name, square bracket, with the key is assigned a value. If the key does not exist in the dictionary, an item is added. If the key does exist in the dictionary, the value is updated. So in our example, we have in our dictionary the item Smith with a grade point average of 2.8. We want to update his grade point average to 2.6. To do that, we use the assignment statement. We say student_dic, square bracket, Smith is assigned 2.6. Because Smith is in the dictionary, the value that was associated with Smith is gone, and the new value will be 2.6. When we print our dictionary, you see that now Smith has a grade point average of 2.6. Here's another example of updating a value in a dictionary. So we're starting with our student dictionary. Smith has a grade point average of 2.8. I want to subtract 0.2 points from that grade point average. So to do that, I use the assignment statement again, and I say student_dic, square bracket, key. I'm going to assign that a new value. What's that new value going to be? Well, first of all, I'm going to get the old value. So to get the old value is student underscore Dick, square bracket Smith. That gives me 2.8. Now I'm going to subtract 2 from it. So now I have 2.6. Lastly, I'm going to use the round method to round that. So I'm going to round it to the nearest decimal place. So basically I took 2.8, I subtracted 0.2 from it, I rounded it to the nearest decimal place, and I'm assigning that to the item with the key Smith. When we print our dictionary, you see that Smith now has a grade point average of 2.6. We can use DEL to delete an item from the dictionary by specifying the dictionary's key. So in this example, we have our student dictionary. We want to delete Smith from the dictionary. We say DEL, the name of our dictionary, which is student underscore Dick, square bracket, and the key, which is Smith. So we're saying delete the item with the key of Smith from our dictionary. When we print our dictionary, we see now we only have 2 items in our dictionary, Jones and Barry, with their associated grade point average. Just like when we use DEL to delete an item from a list, DEL does not return a value. If we want to delete an item from our dictionary, but we want that item returned, we can use the pop method. So when we want to delete an item using the key, we can use pop and it will return the associated value. So in our example, we have our dictionary of students with their grade point average. We want to delete Smith. If we use the dictionary's pop method, specifying Smith as the key, the pop method will return the value associated with Smith, or 2.8. We can assign that to GPA. Then we can use that and say that our deleted GPA was 2.8. When we print our dictionary, we see that Smith is no longer an item in the dictionary. There's a variety of methods that allows us to get specific information from a Python dictionary. The len function allows us to get the number of items in a dictionary. The dictionary's key method allows us to get a list of keys. The values method allows us to get a list of values. And the items method allows us to get the list of items within the dictionary. Here's an example that shows how we could leverage those methods. Beginning with our student dictionary, we can find the number of items in our dictionary by using the length function. LEN parentheses, the name of our dictionary. We call that length function, and it returns the number of items in our dictionary. And in this example, we assign it to the variable length. Next, we get a list of keys by using the name of our dictionary, which is student underscore Dick dot keys. That method is going to return a list, and that list is going to contain a list of the keys. Next, we get a list of the values by calling the student.values method. And lastly, we get the items by calling the student.items method. When we print those out, you can see that the length is 3. You can see that the keys are Jones, Smith, and Barry. The values are 3.5, 2.8, and 3.2. And lastly, the items, excuse me, are a list of items. So we have square brackets, but each item is in parentheses, and it's the key and the value separated by commas. Here's an example of how we can loop through all of the keys in a dictionary using a for loop. The syntax is for a key in student underscore dic, then we print that key. So the first time through, a key is assigned Jones. Second time through, a key is assigned Smith. And the third time through, a key is assigned Barry. We can use the dictionary's items method to access all the items within a dictionary. Here's an example of how we could print out the key and the associated values within a dictionary. We use our student dictionary example. Our for loop, we have for a key, comma, a value in student underscore dic dot items. So for each item in the dictionary, I want the key and the value. Then I print the key and the value, and you can see that it prints Jones 3.5, Smith 2.8, and Barry 3.2. What if we want to sort our dictionary by keys? So for example, if our original dictionary is Jones 3.5, Smith 2.8, Barry 3.2, we want to sort that by keys. So we want to create a new dictionary, and this new dictionary will have the items Barry 3.2, Jones 3.5, and Smith 2.8. Noticing that the keys are in alphabetical ascending order. The steps involved in creating this new dictionary sorted by keys are to create the original dictionary, then get a list of keys from that dictionary, sort those keys, initialize a new dictionary to the empty dictionary, then for each key in the sorted list, get the value and add the key plus that value to the new dictionary. Let's look at some sample code that will sort our dictionary by keys. The first thing we do is get a list of sorted keys. So we use the sorted function and we use our dictionary. The name of our dictionary is an argument, and that returns a list of keys in sorted order. Now we're going to initialize our new dictionary to the empty dictionary. Then for each key in our sorted list, we create a new item in our new sorted dictionary. So we say sorted dic bracket key is assigned the student dictionary key. So student underscore dictionary bracket a key gets the value out of the original dictionary, and it associates it with that key in the new dictionary. Then we print our sorted dictionary. So our sorted dictionary is Barry 3.2, Jones 3.5, and Smith 2.8. So just to reiterate, we get our keys and we sort them. And to do that, we call the sorted method and pass our dictionary in as an argument. Then we loop through those sorted keys, and using each of the keys, we create a new entry in our dictionary, in our sorted dictionary, using the original dictionary's value. Okay, what if we want to sort our dictionary by values? So for example, our dictionary Jones 3.5, Smith 2.8, Barry 3.2, we want to sort it in ascending order by grade point average. Our sorted dictionary would be Smith 2.8, Barry 3.2, and Jones 3.5. The steps involved in sorting by value is we would create our original dictionary. We'd sort the items. We'd initialize a new dictionary to the empty dictionary. And then for each key value in our sorted list of items, we would get the value and add it to the new dictionary. Here's an example of sorting a dictionary by value. We start with our student dictionary, and then we use the sorted function to sort the items in the dictionary. And this is different than anything you've seen before. We've used the sorted function before, but now we're going to pass it in two arguments. The first argument is our items from our dictionary. So it's studentdic.items. The second argument is something weird looking. Key equals lambda x colon x square bracket 1. And that's basically an anonymous function that says that we want our list sorted by the second value, or in other words, sorted by grade point average. So all you need to do is just keep this in mind and put it in your function call. This will return a list of items sorted by grade point average. And you can see I have print sorted items, and the first line in our output is a list. We can tell it's a list because it's square bracket. Within the list is each of the items in parentheses. What we want to do now is we want to take this list and create a dictionary from it. So we're going to initialize our sorted dic by value to the empty dictionary. Then for each key value in the sorted items, so go back to the first line of our code and we see our sorted items. The for loop will take the first value in the parentheses as the key, and it'll assign the second value in the parentheses to a value. And it'll go through each item within this list. So the first time through the for loop, a key is assigned Smith, a value is assigned 2.8. We want to put that in our new dictionary. So we use the name of our dictionary, bracket a key, which is Smith, and we're going to assign it the value 2.8. Next, we're going to go through the for loop again, and the next time a key is assigned Barry and a value is assigned 3.2. So we create another item in our dictionary. And lastly, a key is assigned Jones, a value is assigned 3.5, and we add Jones with a value of 3.5 to our dictionary. Then we print out our sorted dictionary, and the second line in our output, you can see that our dictionary has the entries Smith 2.8, Barry 3.2, Jones 3.5. Therefore, our dictionary is sorted by value in ascending order. In summary, here's a list of the methods that are available for a Python dictionary.